What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the My Time podcast. Today, I have a very, very special guest. He is one of the absolute dogs in this office as well. We got Isaac Ramos. How's it going, man?
What's up? Hello, everyone.
I really wanted to bring Isaac or you on here today, bro, because you've obviously been here a little over a year now, right? Since last week?
Yeah, like a year and 1 week.
Dang, okay. And you picked up some momentum recently here, this past beginning of the year. So I kind of want to talk to you about that. Maybe any tips and tricks you might have for newer agents coming in, like yourself, and how they can position themselves to be successful like you, right? Mm-hmm. So first of all, who is Isaac Ramos? What did you do before real estate?
Yeah, so I'm a 24-year-old realtor, Southern California.
All right.
Before real estate, I've always worked in fast food. My most recent job was real estate.
Okay.
Before real estate, it was valet. So I've always been like customer service oriented.
Yeah.
Been having a drive to help people.
So you have a lot of jobs, and you were a manager, right, in most of those positions?
Yeah, my fast food jobs, I always worked my way up to a manager. In high school, I worked my way up to a manager in Taco Bell. And then after that, I was a manager at my other jobs too. So
that's awesome, man. How long were you at Taco Bell for to work up to that manager position?
So total time at Taco Bell, I was there for 4 years, but it took me about 2 years to work up to manager. Yeah.
Dang, okay. Did you like it, bro, or was it like a whatever job, or?
I liked it. Yeah, it taught me a lot of skills and how to run a business, how to make a schedule for not just myself, the other employees.
That's right. Yeah, you were managing like other people, right?
Yeah,
too, in a sense.
There's a lot of learning curves and good opportunities.
Dang, so what I'm hearing is a future team lead?
Possibly.
That's awesome, man. So how did you hear about Power and wanted to get into real estate altogether?
Yeah, so I wanted to get into real estate because growing up, I was part of Big Brothers Big Sisters of Orange County.
Shout out Big Brothers Big Sisters of Orange County.
Shout them out, yeah. I never had a dad, always single mom, so my mom signed me and my brother up for that program in Orange County.
That's awesome.
My big brother, my mentor at the time growing up, he was in real estate.
Okay.
He did commercial real estate, and he was really successful, so gave me a drive to do it. And also other people in my family, like relatives, like cousins and aunts and stuff, do it too, so gave me some good drive and make me want to do it.
That's awesome, man. So how did you kind of know or hear about Power, that what brought you here?
What brought me here is honestly just Instagram. Yeah, after I passed my exam, I was just searching up different offices, brokerages, and I knew I didn't want to work from home. I know that's the new way of real estate. Brokerages, you work online, and most people don't go to the office, but I knew I needed an environment, and that's how the best way for me to succeed.
Heck yeah, man. I think it was the same for me. I found Power Real Estate Group through Instagram. And then I just went to a couple of their meetings, and I was like, yeah, this is basically the place I want to be after I graduate school, right?
Yeah, so definitely.
I think we make the right choice so far.
Yeah, I think so too.
Nice. So obviously, when you first come on Power, you have to go through an onboarding process, right? I had Ruben on as my previous guest. He kind of used you as an example, a lot of someone who went through the onboarding process and was came out being very successful out of it. So what would you say was navigating that process? What was that like? Was it difficult? Was it easy?
Navigating the process was difficult because the day I onboarded, actually, Ruben was out sick that day. So.
Oh, okay.
So signing up for all the office programs and everything like that was challenging.
Yeah.
It's my first time,
of course,
starting a business and making my own schedule and all of that. So. Ruben doesn't just help with onboarding, he helps out with everything, making your schedule, Google calendars, everything.
So basically what's different from the onboarding process and taking your real estate classes online, the real estate classes kind of teaches you the vocab words and all that kind of stuff, right? But the onboarding process teaches you how to actually be in the game, right? Tactical ways of tangible things you can track, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, that's what the onboarding teaches you. Teaches you simple stuff like how to sign up and use the MLS, as well as things we use here in the office, like our accountability sheets and all the systems that are implemented. So
yeah. Did you have to do something similar like that too at like Taco Bell back then as a manager to like onboard new employees and stuff like that?
No. Yeah, it was
Mm-hmm.
for the manager, yeah, I had to do onboarding, create their schedule for them.
Okay.
But for the employees, they didn't have to do much really. Just
All right. All right.
apply and wait till they got hired.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. So you've had some, classmates as well through onboarding, right? What do you think like the people that you see struggle, like why do you think they do struggle, and how would you like help like new agents coming in don't struggle with that, in onboarding?
So agents that struggle in onboarding, I recommend, they just ask for help and ask
Mm-hmm.
questions because during my onboarding too, a lot of the agents, they don't ask many questions. I know it
Yeah.
goes fast and maybe you don't think of the question right
Mm-hmm.
there. Even if you think of it later, you can reach out to Ruben.
Right.
And they do onboarding in person and in Zoom.
Yes.
I
That's
always
what I was getting at,
recommend it. Yeah,
man.
coming in person for
Mm-hmm.
onboarding.
Yeah, kind of going off that environment you spoke about earlier, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because I noticed most people, they do onboarding and then you don't see them. And like after I do my onboarding,
Mm-hmm.
when I would be done with scrimmage afterwards,
Yeah.
I would hang out at the office, make calls, and be around the environment, just listen to people.
Yeah. So how would you describe the office environment? Is it very lively and?
Yeah, the office environment is good. There's every day there's probably at least like 15 people here.
Mm-hmm. Full-time
Full time
dialing,
dialing, making
prospecting.
appointments. So there's always something to learn. When
Exactly.
you're new, you just sit here and make your calls and make your
Mm-hmm.
dials. And if you're doing something wrong,
Mm-hmm.
people will help you and guide you on what to do better next
Exactly.
time.
I
So,
love it. I love it, man. Let's transition over to production here. So tell me about one of your best months this year so far in closings.
best month was January for
Okay.
sure. Yeah, this year started out strong.
Mm-hmm.
Closed three escrows in
In
the
one
month of
month.
January.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay. And was there a lot of work leading up to that to be able to close 3 deals in 1 month, right? It's not something like this happens like overnight, obviously.
Yeah, there was a lot of work leading up to that, especially one of
Mm-hmm.
those escrows I had open for about 3 months. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, my buyer they had to sell their property first before they
Uh-huh.
could buy the next one. So it took a long time, but
Mm-hmm.
everything fell into place and it all worked
So
out.
how does a new agent like yourself, right, less than 1 year in, manage 3 escrow at the same time?
Just by using the systems we have here at the office, we do have an escrow checklist. So I make
Mm-hmm.
sure, when I have an escrow open, I'll have my checklist
Right.
on a little board. Just make sure each one's staying on track and making sure all the
Mm-hmm.
documents are submitted on
Yeah.
time. And
I would say too the support system we have around here, the systems and processes, the VAs, the TCs, everyone too, right? I think it's a team effort helping it to get to the finish line. But I would say even for you, man, I don't think I've ever managed 3 escrow at the same time before. So I was like really, really like, damn, like he can do it, bro. Like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
super
I mean,
crazy.
anybody can do it. The goal is to get more even next time. So.
Mm-hmm. Right on, man. Awesome. So how does a new agent approach his clients, right? Because a lot of time, you're new, you're nervous, right? You don't have a lot of confidence. You're like, oh, what if they call me out, kind of thing. So how do you approach like clients and basically instill confidence in them to work with you?
So the way I install confidence, and build trust with my
Mm-hmm.
clients is when I meet them. We're touring a few different properties. Afterwards, I like to break bread with them. Either grab a cup of coffee or grab something to eat. Especially if it's
Nice,
around lunchtime, and that's how we connect.
nice.
And that's how I've always built trust with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
When we're out touring different homes out in the field,
Mm-hmm.
feel like the environment is like transactional wise. They think I'm just trying to sell them something.
Yeah,
Or after we, not at a house, sitting down at a restaurant or coffee shop, their guard is let down and we all
you
connect
can
and we
talk more
vibe better.
openly,
Yeah.
right? That's awesome. So do you also have clients that maybe you don't mesh well with, or they just don't understand the process, and it took a lot of work for them to see the other side of that mountain, kind of?
Yes, yeah. Some clients I've had take a while, especially my first escrow. My
Mm-hmm.
client came from out of state, from
Okay.
Washington, and
And you closed someone from out of state too,
yeah,
through video, right?
through video tour. So
That's crazy.
took a lot of convincing, a lot of hard work. He doesn't understand the market too well in California, but we got over that hurdle and
Yeah.
got him a house.
Nice, nice. Right on, right on. So what is a day in life of Isaac Ramos like?
You know, average day I come to the office. I'm usually here by 9 a.m. Work, make my dials, have training every day with our team lead Jeff, and then
Yep.
after make dials, book appointments, go on lunch. You know, if I don't have appointments after lunch, just continue dialing.
Nice. So do you have like kind of daily goals and metrics or weekly goals and metrics that you try to hit as well? Or how do you like separate your like prospecting and like showing and all that kind of stuff?
Yes, yeah. So I have daily metrics. I typically follow up with previous clients in the morning before lunchtime. Then after lunchtime, I spend about 2 hours at least, if not more, prospecting for new clients. And dialing.
When would you say is the best time to prospect and dial?
Best time, I'd say there's 2 times. Around lunchtime is good because people
Lunchtime
are
is
on
good?
lunch. Yeah.
Okay. I would say like for me, I think this is where you're getting maybe after like a 4 p.m., like between 4 to 6. I'd say that's like my sweet spot.
Yeah, after 4 p.m. is definitely good. But I've had some good success during lunchtime too.
Yeah. So how do you juggle like, showing clients, trying to hit your weekly goals and all that kind of stuff? Because right now, I'll be the first one to tell you, bro, I'm going to be paused next week. I only got 12 conversations, bro. But it was like, I had 8 appointments last week, right? Fucking 2 escrows now about to be open, or one of the Long Beach one.
Congrats.
And dealing with the Bixby Knowles one, as you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, like how do I find time to like, squeeze in a dialing session to, hit my numbers?
People think there's not enough time in the day, but there's always enough time. I will not go home until I hit my daily goal, which my daily goal is I need to have at least 3 conversations a day.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to go home, not going to close my laptop until I hit that 3 conversations a day. Another way I actually help myself with that is on Sundays.
Yeah.
I like to get at least 4 to 5 conversations on Sunday.
Get a head start in the week, right?
Get a head start in the week so you have more time, You try to be done by Thursday if you can.
Honestly, every time, if it's like Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'm like at 12, 13, or like even 15, I'll be like, it's going to be a good week, bro. Yeah. It's going to be a good week, dog.
Right? Yeah.
So I think you've had another success too that I haven't had, and I want to kind of pick your brain about it. You've pulled someone from the pond and closed them.
I did, yeah.
How does that happen, man?
I just called the client, calling a bunch of clients that day. Probably dialed for about 2 hours. I remember I needed one more conversation before I hit my goal, and this client answered this lead that was in the pond. And he was telling me he's already worked with 3 different agents, 2 different loan officers. Nobody was able to help him.
Wow.
Because he was an I-10 buyer. He doesn't have a citizenship. But there's still a lot of options out there for people like that.
I think some people, they just don't know. Like there's this one way to buy a house and that's it, right? And this is where you as expert come in, pitch them different loan products. I have this lender that specializes in this lender that specializes in that, right? And give them those options.
Yeah, so he did do his due diligence a little bit. He did go from one loan officer to the next, but none of them were able to get them pre-approved because, like you said, they don't know. And most loan officers for I-10s require at least 20% down. Okay. But I was able to explore the options for my buyer, found him a program 10% down, and I was able to help him out when nobody else could. So
that's awesome. That must be one of those like feel good ones, huh?
Yeah, that one felt really good. We still talk every day. Like two weeks ago, I went to his son's birthday party. So
that's freaking awesome. Yeah, man. I didn't know that. Congratulations, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. I wish so. Basically, the story from that, the lesson from that is, you get what you put in, right? And especially in this line of work. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. You get what you put in. No, don't give up. Sometimes things cancel, but other opportunities are right around the corner.
Yeah, I think it's those like daily activities that like you don't see the payoff today, but like they stack up, over time.
Yeah, as long as you're doing the right activities.
I mean, bro, imagine like if you didn't dial that day, right? You would have met him, right?
Exactly. Yeah, somebody else probably.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, awesome. So what's next for Isaac Ramos? What are some of your goals this year, man?
Goals this year. So my goal is to hit 15 transactions.
Okay.
Cross over 6 figures income, and just prepare for the next year. Always want to double my goals every year.
Let's go. And are you transitioning too, right, to the seller program?
Yeah, I'm transitioning right now. That's probably been a big challenge recently because for my first year, I've mainly only helped buyers. So
yeah.
trying to go to the other side and help sellers, there's definitely a lot more to learn.
Yeah, but the fact that, you basically crushed it in buyers your first year, now ready to be moved on to the next stage, right? In your second year, where a lot of people in the industry take years and years, right, to get to that point. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Awesome, man. Well, I'm really happy that you came on. Really want to say thank you for doing this with me.
Of course.
We definitely should do this again, though, right? Just to recap. Maybe we can react to this last episode, see what the production is like. So my goal to this year is, like, with this podcast, is to release once a week, and then just kind of improve each podcast along the way. So I think we got some pretty good clips out of this, man. I'll share them with you, and then
Definitely.
power up. We'll catch you guys next time.
Power up.
Appreciate it, Isaac.